What's up everybody, this is Alex Yu and you're watching the Ragin Ronin review. Today I'm going to review Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides for you. I watched it in 3D last night on the midnight show. Before I begin this review, I just wanted to let you know that I was actually really tired because I didn't get a whole lot of sleep the night before. So I ended up dozing off, not throughout chunks of the movie, but just every 10 minutes I would just like doze off for only less than, I'm sure it was less than 10 or 15 seconds, but I immediately got back up to watch the rest of the movie. So that would happen in intervals, but that didn't really affect the enjoyment of the movie. I was still able to watch the movie, alright? But before I really begin this movie, I watched it in Ultra AVX. What that means is that it's in the state-of-the-art sound and picture quality, and the most important thing is that you get reserved seating. So I reserved my tickets beforehand on the internet. I got to pick which seat I want, which is right in the middle. That's where I like to sit. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience, okay? Before the movie started, I was at the lobby. I arrived 15 minutes before the movie started, and then I saw a lot of people waiting in the lobby. Then I saw a lineup. I'm thinking, what is this lineup for? Because if we're in Ultra AVX, we don't have to line up, so why are people lining up? I thought they were in another theater that was showing it, but not in the Ultra AVX theater, but a regular theater. When it was time to go in, a bunch of dumbasses. They actually lined up for nothing because they were going in the same theater. Everybody was just like, you know, laughing at them. But anyways, the next thing that happened that was interesting was that I'm sure there were at least 15 pirates that showed up. They were like, "Ah, shiver me timber," and they were swashbuckling, and not everybody knew each other. They just saw other pirates, and then they started speaking a pirate language like, "I'm matey, you know, you bunch of landlubbers." And that was actually kind of cool because, you know, for me, I just think that if you really are passionate about something, you just wear it loud and proud. You know, just if that's what you're comfortable with, that's totally cool. I totally support that. I have a huge respect for that because, you know, I'm into certain things that not everybody else is into. Like, you know, I'm into like furry handcuffs and whips and, you know, different types of oils that you put on your... Anyways, that was pretty cool. And the best part was that Master Chief showed up. Master Chief from Halo. He had like a saber, like a curved sword, and he had a pirate hat. And Master Chief, for some reason, showed up. Let's get on with the review. I watched it in 3D. Let me tell you not to watch it in 3D because the movie is actually very dark. A lot of it takes place not in daylight. So when you put on 3D glasses on, it makes it even darker because there is that light loss effect. It's just the process of watching a 3D movie. It's because the projector bulbs aren't bright enough to actually give you the normal exposure of the film. So that's really unfortunate. I didn't really get the full effect of the 3D, and what really sucks is that it was shot in 3D and therefore it should be better than being post-converted, but unfortunately it still wasn't good enough. So I would say save the money, don't watch it in 3D, watch it in 2D because the 3D doesn't really work in this movie. I think maybe Rob Marshall didn't properly learn how 3D should be shot. Maybe his DPs just shot it like a normal movie because when I took off the 3D glasses, it looked 2D to me. Like I didn't see that double image. I saw it in the background, but on the foreground, like Jack Sparrow was still in 2D. So I was thinking, I might as well just watch the whole movie in 2D without the glasses. But anyways, let's get on to the actual review. To be completely honest, and I'll try not to confuse you with my opinion, I think that this installment is my least favorite, but the story was better than the sequels. Does that make any sense to you? Well, let me just say that the first one was the best. The second and third one are exciting. They're very spectacular in terms of action, but the sequels are plagued by a very messy plot. Like, I don't understand it to this date. I still don't understand it, but what saves it is the action. And of course, Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. So for the fourth one, it's the complete opposite. You got a simple story. You got two or three parties rather, looking for the Fountain of Youth, but the action is pretty generic. I'm not saying that it was boring or anything. It's just that I didn't see anything that really blew my mind, and nothing was actually that spectacular. It still was a very fun movie. You have your chases, your swashbuckling scenes. You have the scenes with mermaids. That's not a spoiler, by the way, because in the trailers it tells you that there are mermaids in the movie. The thing that really didn't work for me was that I didn't care who or why they were fighting. Like there's all of a sudden there's like this big battle of like sword fighting, but who really cares? The only person you really care about is Johnny Depp, and that's what makes this movie work and the entire franchise. Johnny Depp will always play an awesome Jack Sparrow. His character always drives the film, and that is all you really care about. You're just waiting for him to say something clever or make another joke, or his physical comedy, the way he walks, the way he runs, the way he just, I can't even do it, the way he moves around is just brilliant. That's what makes it entertaining. Rob Marshall is no Gore Verbinski. You can tell he has a different directing style. In the first trilogy, for the action scenes, you get these longer, wider takes, right? So you can get a better sense of the action. For Rob Marshall's version, you got a lot of more cutting and a lot of more tighter shots. So the action is a little harder to follow. It is a little different. You can tell the visual style is very different. And the 3D didn't help either. So I would say that all the Pirates movies are good, first one being the best, but this one is my least favorite. However, this does have a simple story. So it's definitely not as complicated as the second and third one, because when I think about the second and third one, it makes my head hurt just thinking about like, what the hell is going on here? I don't understand all these plot twists, the different subplots. Like, it didn't have any of that. So it's a very straightforward movie. I totally recommend it. Watch it in the big screen. Don't watch it in 3D. Save your money. Just watch Johnny Depp do what he does best. You can tell he's really having a good time with these movies, and I know he's going to continue to make more and more of the Pirates movies, and I'm glad he's doing that because I'll watch them all. I just think they're kind of like another adventure period fantasy piece, like kind of like Indiana Jones and The Mummy. I like that period adventure genre, so this really falls in that category. This is one of the better movies in that particular genre. So anyways, I give it a 7 out of 10. I give the first one a 8.5, maybe 8.75, very close to a 9. It's a near perfect movie, very enjoyable. The second and third one, 7.5 and a 7. This one, I give it a 7. Once again, like I said, simple story, exciting action, not as spectacular as the second and third one. Don't watch it in 3D. This is Alex Yoon. Thanks for watching the Ragin Ronin review. Peace. Team of Other Gods is just epic. I felt like how I felt when I watched Lord of the Rings. You were just transported to another world. You're just in awe.